Hello everyone and welcome to an exciting video. Today we're going to be installing yet another operating system or two on my G3. I found these discs in my pile of discs. These are Mac OS 10.2 Cheetah upgrade install discs. Now I know they're upgrade discs, so essentially that means you had to have 10.0 or 10.1, you know, Puma or Jaguar, to install 10.2 Cheetah. But I know in the later versions of OS 10, some of those discs are the same. Upgrade or full version, there's no difference between them. So I'm going to give them a go, installing them onto a blank hard drive. If that doesn't work, I have all disk images of OS 10 anyway. I'm only trying this simply because I have the legitimate discs and people often shout at me for using the wrong discs. So basically I have a spare 20GB IDE hard drive in the G3 and I want to use it for something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to partition it into two. This is the drive that, you know, OS 10 was originally installed on, by the way, you know, the drive that I first put in there and installed OS 10 on, but now of course I've got an SSD in my G3, which is crazy. Go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it. But yeah, basically I'm going to partition that 20GB drive into two. I think it's an 18GB drive, so I'll get, you know, two 9GB partitions. I'm going to install 10.2 on the second partition and either 10.0 or 10.1 on the first partition. The reason for doing this is because I have never really used these operating systems and I'd like to have a little experiment with them. I've used Tiger and above on my daily machines. I started off in the Tiger world when I had my 2007 MacBook, pre-Leopard. And then, you know, I use Leopard, Snow Leopard, Lion, Mountain Lion, Mavericks, you know, all going up in order. And I've also extensively used Panther because I had Panther installed on this very computer for a long time when I was using it as a little bit of a file server, so I'm fairly familiar with Panther as well. But I want to take a closer look at 10.2, 10.1 and 10.0. So 10.2 is a given. I know I want to install it. I know basically 10.1 is just a more stable version of 10.0 really, with a couple of enhancements. But yeah, I can swap and change them really easily because I'm not going to be using this machine for anything. Obviously I'll be using the machine for, you know, stuff, but I'm not going to be using this hard drive for stuff, you know, this particular drive with these particular partitions. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to make I'm going to zoom up to the screen, we're going to partition the drive, erase it, partition it, and yeah, we're going to give this upgrade a go, even though I'll be upgrading onto nothingness, so it may not work. So, let me just get settled here for a second. I've backed up a couple of things that I wanted off the other drive. There was nothing really on there because I've got, you know, this external that I was using for pretty much everything. But what we're going to do is jump right into disk utility so that we can erase that IDE drive. So I haven't partitioned a drive in a long time. I tend to have dedicated physical hard disks for everything that I need, but I'm purely doing this, you know, for enjoyment. So here we have it. It's a 19.1GB drive. The one with OS 9 on it is a Samsung drive and that's 18.7. There's my new SSD. There's the other SATA drive on the SATA controller, which is just an 80GB drive. And then there's my 750GB external, which shows up as just under 700GB, which is, you know, a little bit disappointing. I would have been happy with 730, 720, but under 700 for a 750GB drive. I mean, come on. Anyway, OS 10, here we go. So what we're going to do is, we'll erase it first here actually. We don't want to install the OS 9 drivers, we're just going to erase that drive, bye-bye to everything on there. Here it goes. Cool. Now I know I could have done it through the partition, but I just wanted to erase it first, I don't know why. Anyway, two partitions. We're going to make them equal size, so they'll be 9.54GB each. So, here's the second partition. This will be OS 10 10.2. Yeah, there we go, that'll do. We don't want to install Mac OS9 drivers. That's the drive we're going to, you know, try and install this upgrade CD on, even though I'm not sure if it'll work. We're going to call this one OS 10 10.1 for now. Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do. So yeah, cool. We'll go to partition. And partition. Very easy to do this kind of thing on Macs. Let me just move that down a little bit. And then you will be able to see that the two partitions are pinged up on my desktop. So drives in total then, SSD, which is running Tiger, my main operating system. 80 gig storage, it's just in there because it's in there. We did some benchmarks with it. Here we go, here's the two partitions on that 20 gig drive, so they're 9 gigs each. 10.2, 10.1, OS9 on the other 20 gig drive, and my external. So now what we're going to do, rather excitingly, is install 10.2, or we're going to give it a go anyway. So we will eject the drive. I keep forgetting the button on the front of my G3 doesn't work because I ripped the optical drive out of a G4 that had no button. So yeah, the button doesn't work. But anyway, I've got a load of discs lined up here considering it's a G3. It's a pretty mega machine actually, and as you guys can probably tell, I just can't stop making videos about it. So here we go. Now it says upgrade disk. Not too sure if this is going to work, but we'll give it a go. We'll go to install Mac OS9, and hopefully when it restarts it will just allow us to be able to select the 10.2 partition that we created, which would be, you know, very convenient. And of course guys, we have just booted out of the SSD. The machine has restarted, as you can tell by the very loud bong, thanks to PowerPC Max bonging through the audio output, which I love. Yeah, so we're just going to be booting up into the disk now, but when we install, of course it's going to be a very slow process because of the extremely slow IDE bus that the optical drive is connected to, and the extremely slow IDE hard drive connected to the extremely slow ATA bus. So naturally, this speed doesn't reflect the upgrades in which I've done because you know, the SSD is the biggest noticeable speed boost on this computer, and if you're booted into any other drive, you're not going to notice it obviously because the SSD is just sitting there redundant with an operating system that you're not using on it. You know, so just having an SSD in the computer, if you're not reading off it, you get, ah, that's interesting, okay. I'm in the middle of ranting and this thing just completely spazzes out. Anyway, I'm going to hold down the power button. You know, that's a very nice rendition of the you know, pre-GUI kernel panic. And this machine does not want to restart with the power button. I may have to yank the power cord. Very entertaining, very entertaining. And it's completely interrupted me in my flow. I don't have a clue what the hell I was saying. But anyway, yank the cord. Bang, no power. Stick it back in. And let's press the power button. And what we're going to do this time is hold down Option on the keyboard just to make sure that it is booting from the disk. It may not like it for whatever reason. But another thing you've got to remember about this G3 is it's crammed full of hardware at the moment. Like seriously crammed, so it might be, you know, stressing out a little with the amount of disks that it's, you know, got in its box and everything like that. Having said that, they're built to handle it though. And holding down Option did not appear to open the boot menu, so we'll give normal booting another try. I think it's booting up into the disk. I can hear the disk spinning. And there's actually a light on my camcorder, guys, which is rather entertaining. Hang on a second. Oh, it's look at that. It's done it again. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll yank the cord again. And we'll put it back in. What I'm going to do is unplug the Firewire hard drive. That's pretty much the only external peripheral that I have attached to this computer at the moment. Doubt that will be doing anything, but yeah, we're going to boot again. As far as PCI goes, we've got a little USB card with nothing plugged into it. Of course, the Radeon 9200. You know, all this stuff is pretty native. So, you know, there's nothing completely bizarre in the box that should make it should make it stress out like this. However, I'm kind of thinking along the Windows lines of things, you know, when it BSODs, when, you know, you've got an unfamiliar piece of hardware in the system. Do you know what I think the problem is with this holding down option thing? Is the KVM switch doesn't become active until it receives signal, and these PowerPC Macs take a long time to post. You know, it takes a long time for display to come on the screen, so this is probably just going to panic again. I'm not too sure why at this moment in time. Yeah, there you go. It's just completely dying out. Now I'm nowhere near clever enough to decipher what any of that means. Plus I can barely read it, so I'm probably just gonna have fun, you know, giving it a go my own way. But yeah, let's try and get the disc out. So I'm holding down the mouse button, but of course these KVM issues may... Ah yeah, the mouse isn't even active. Mouse is nowhere near active. Okay, it is now, but that's only because the computer's just posted, so I literally need to connect the mouse and keyboard directly to the system. But I may be safe, maybe safe. If the Apple... Yeah, it's going to reject. Here we go. Come on. No. No, it's booting from disk again. So yeah, that's one annoying thing about using a KVM switch to the PowerPC Mac. What to do now? What to do now? Tell you what I'll do. I'll grab another mouse. It's in the drawers over here. I know I have a hockey puck mouse. And I will plug it straight into the system. No hanging about. Okay, so that's the mouse in. So now we'll be able to eject the disc. Perfect. So we're using an actual G3 puck mouse connected directly to the system now. So we should be fine. No idea why that disk is causing this Mac to kernel panic. It's kernel panicking while booting from the disk, which is interesting. But, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Come on. No way. This G3 doesn't want to play ball today, people. Not a happy bunny. Not a happy bunny. Okay, if it's going to keep doing that, then... Trying again with the mouse button. Not quite sure what's wrong with this system. Nope, it's spinning up the disc yet again. So I'm going to have to force eject the disc manually, actually, you know, mechanically from the drive. Lucky it's not a slot load then. It's going to panic one more time. There you go. Okay, cool. So, let me pause the camera for the first time in this video. We'll get this sorted. So it's a simple tray load design. You can just get a straight metal object, nice and thin, and if my hair's not too much in the way, jab it in the hole and the tray will pop out. You can then pull it out. It's incredibly safe to do so, guys. It's not a problem at all. Then you can just remove your disc. Your disc is out of the system, and then as you're pushing the tray back in, you'll just feel it lock. And then when it boots up and everything, you know, reinitializes and stuff, the optical drive will be absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do now is boot up the system and see what it does. So, on the G3, the power button is down here. 3, 2, 1, bang. And let's see. Ooh, hang on. Power cable without. Where's it gone? Here it is. I'll plug my external firewire drive back in as well, seeing as that wasn't causing any of the malfunctioning. So yeah, here we go. Power button. And let's see what it does. I'm using a rather retro tripod today, guys. Just in case you didn't know, I've left my tripod somewhere because I was recording something on the weekend. So this filming is going to be a bit dodgy, but yeah. Okay, so there's the display. And if it kernel panics now, I have no idea what the hell the system's doing, to be honest. But it was kernel panicking with the disk anyway, so what I might do is burn my own discs. You know, this is what I get for legitimate... what? Well, that isn't... oh, crap. I know exactly what it's done. I know exactly what it's done. Okay. Cool. Actually, no, here we go. Whoa, wait, what? What the hell is it doing? I have no idea. Okay, here we go. It's booting up into Mac Os9, damn it. Okay, yeah, it just looked for the nearest drive to boot up from. Obviously, it was trying to boot from the blank IDE drive that I've just erased. Because it's first, you know, on the bus. You know, it's disk 1 on the system. OS9 is just disk 2. Oh, excuse me, guys. Yeah, so that was that, OS9. So within OS9 now, we can basically go and tell the computer to reboot up into the SSD. Even though I don't really need to, I could just shut it down because I want to nip on my Mac Pro and burn my own disk. Anyway, so with all this confusion aside, I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to figure something out. So everyone, it didn't like my 10.2 upgrade CDs, so you know, we'll leave that for now. But what I did find was a CDR, a 670 megabyte CDR of 10.1 Puma. So I've got a blank CD and we're going to burn it. But as you can probably hear, my drive is already burning something. I'm burning a film in toast for a client. So yeah, that will be done in like 15 minutes or so. So then I can burn the Puma CD, it's hard not to say DVD, the Puma CD in Disk Utility, and we will give that a go on my G3. I am going to use the Force Eject feature on the G3 to put the disc in, just because it hung in OS9 as well, and it really doesn't seem to be playing ball. So I'm not too sure what's wrong with it. It seems to be working fine on the SSD, but that's it. Doesn't seem to be working very well anywhere else. Whether the SSD is, the SATA controller is conflicting with any other part of the system, I'm not too sure, but we'll find out as soon as we get OS 10 onto the drive. So apparently the disk burned successfully, which is cool, that's all I care about. Ooh, it ejected itself, whoops. Let's open up that again. And before we get confused about this disk, I'm going to write on it. Just in case. Mac OS 10 10.1 Puma. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're gonna whack this into the G3 mechanically and then try and boot up the G3 and see what it does this time. So let me grab this pin out of the wall. Now, personally, I still really enjoy using optical discs to install operating systems and stuff. I'm just very much used to it. When I got Mavericks and it was all, you know, downloads and stuff, it was a little bit bizarre, but, you know, it worked well. But yeah, as you guys know anyway, I'm pretty damn old school, so makes no difference really. Okay, so this is booting up. Let's see what it does. I'm going to put 10.2 back in the case for now. I'm quite enjoying this retro tripod, it's very good. Borrowed it off my parents. So in theory we should hear the disc spin up. Perfect, spinning up. So, oh, don't boot into OS9. Come on. Oh, damn it, come on. Oh, for God's sake, what the hell is wrong with it? Okay, so it's not very happy at all. Let's yank the power and just try and sort this the hell out, because it's really not happy. So I'm holding down the option key on the keyboard. I want to get into the boot menu and just boot up into Tiger, just so you know I can see that the damn machine is working, and it's not booting into the boot menu. I don't know why. Disk is spun up. Exact same process is happening again. Everything is identical to what happened last time. And guaranteed we're going to get a kernel panic again. Guaranteed. I have a feeling we're going to have to open this bad boy up and disconnect some drives. Oh, for crying out loud. That's a pain in the ass. Pain in the absolute ass. Now, this is the thing, right guys? Something that you want to do nice and quickly, just something cool, and it takes loads and loads of effort. So what I'm going to do is, I simply haven't got the time to do that now. It's very annoying. I'm going to give this video a little break, come back to it in a couple of days' time, because yeah, it's just quite frustrating, and I've got some other projects that I've really got to be working on right now. But anyway, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It's annoying when these things don't play ball. Right, back with you in a couple of days.